We all know that the more horsepower you make, the more heat you produce. Keeping that heat in the right place is going to translate to more horsepower to your tires. On this Andy's Autosport Manufacturer Spotlight, we're going to talk about Heatshield products, your premier source for heat shield insulation for the performance-minded enthusiast. Heatshield has a full line of automotive insulating products for anything that can be and should be shielded from the heat, and you can buy them right here at Andy's. For over 25 years, these guys have innovated keeping heat where it's supposed to be for power sports, automotive, marine, even military. These guys know their stuff, and all their products are made right here in the USA. Their innovation helps increase performance and fuel economy with two types of insulation. The first type is a heat insulation. Now, what this does is this typically keeps the heat where it's supposed to be. You're going to see this mainly on exhaust headers. This is where you'll wrap the fiberglass wrap around the header tubes themselves. Now, Heatshield Products uses an HPTC proprietary coating on their insulation. This gives it a higher rating than any other product on the market. Now, the next type is a thermal barrier. This protects components from radiant heat, kind of like a toaster works. When you put a piece of bread in your toaster, the heating element comes up and kind of toasts your bread. This is radiant heat. Now, a good example of radiant heat that you'd want to protect from would be a small block Chevrolet starters are well known when you put a set of headers on that they don't like to start very well when they're hot. You can put a thermal barrier over that starter and protect that so that vehicle will start every time. Also, spark plug wires, when they get next to the headers, a lot of times they'll melt. This protects that. Another great way to increase horsepower would be to use a thermal barrier on your cold air intake. This keeps the radiant underhood heat from saturating that intake manifold and keeping that cold air for a good discharge, making more power. Now, another example of a thermal barrier is our lava shield like we have on the hood of our Integra. Now, what this does is this keeps that radiant heat from transferring to the top side of the hood. When we installed this on just an average cool day, it decreased the temperatures on the top outside of the hood by over 20 degrees. There are several benefits to adding heat shields. One is by keeping the heat where it is supposed to be, your engine is going to operate more efficiently. By controlling the radiant heat, you're able to keep the underhood temperatures a lot cooler, which is going to give you a cooler, denser charge. How this works, for example, if you have a turbocharged vehicle, you get one of these Heatshield products covers for the hot side of the turbo. That's going to keep all that heat in the turbo going down through the exhaust instead of heating up under the hood. Another thing that's going to do is that turbo is going to spool a lot faster. Actually, it's heat that makes the turbo spool. It's not, it's the expanding gases. It's not actually airflow. It's the expanding gases that make it flow. If you have a big diesel truck, a lot of those vehicles will make 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds of boost. These, the exhaust side of the turbine housing will get red hot. If that's under the hood, all that radiant heat is getting underneath there. It's heating up your intake manifold, your air box, all those things. By putting Heatshield products on those, what it's going to do is going to keep that underhood temperature down, keep a cooler, denser charge, giving you more horsepower. Now, you can purchase Heatshield products for your car, truck, or motorcycle here at andysautosport.com, and this is just a small fraction of what they have available. They have different styles, shapes, and colors, and most of them are going to be listed as universal fit. So get control of the heat under your hood and make more power. If you have any questions, feel free to call one of our knowledgeable sales staff at 1-800-419-1152 or email us at info@andysautosport.com. And once you get your ride completely modified, make sure you send us pictures to customer.rides@andysautosport.com. We may feature your car on our website. We hope you've learned something today, and we'll see you on another Andy's Autosport Manufacturer Spotlight.